This is the part most buyers don't fully understand. When your offer gets accepted, you are not just saying, I want to buy this house. You are entering into a legal contract. In Ontario, that document is called the Agreement of Purchase and Sale. This is not a casual form. Once the seller signs, you are legally committed and subject to the conditions written in that agreement. Now, let's take a step back for a second. When you submit an offer to a seller, they have three options. They can do nothing, and every offer has an expiry, what we call an irrevocable time. If the seller doesn't respond before that deadline, your offer is dead. They can accept your offer. If that happens, congratulations, you have an accepted agreement. Or they can counter your offer. Maybe they want a higher price, maybe a different closing date, or even a larger deposit. Or they want you to remove certain conditions. And now the clock flips. The seller gives you a deadline to respond. And as the buyer, you have the same three options. Do nothing, deal dies. Accept, deal is done. Or counter it back. And this can go back and forth until one version is accepted. Now, let's say your offer gets accepted. What happens next? Before we go further, you need to understand one thing. You could have a firm deal or a conditional deal. If you submitted offer with no conditions, that's a firm deal. Go hang that sold sign. You are fully committed. But most offers do include conditions such as financing, home inspection, status certificate review, even septic well survey, depending on the property, especially the rural properties. And this is where the real work begins. Step one is your deposit. Once your offer is accepted, you typically have about 24 hours to deliver the deposit. And here's where I see deals fall apart. How liquid is your deposit? A lot of buyers have money in RRSPs, FHSAs, or investments, but that money isn't always instantly accessible. Transfers take time, withdrawals take time. If you're house hunting, your deposit needs to be ready, not just available, but in the liquid form. If it is going to take 1 or 2 days instead of 24 hours, ask the seller to agree that the deposit is due within 2 business days. Your realtor knows this clause. They can put it in for you. Now, here's something important to understand. That deposit money doesn't go to the seller. It goes into the listing brokerage's trust account. It's held there safely until closing. And if for some reasons you walk away, depending on your conditions, that money can come back to you. But if you go firm and then try to walk away, that deposit is at risk. You're not serious until the money hits. Step 2, conditions. This next phase is the most important part of the entire deal. In most cases, you have 5 business days and everything has to happen in that window. Financing. Let's start with mortgage approval. Your lender is now reviewing this particular property that you put offer on, not just you. Income gets re-verified, documents get reviewed again, and sometimes there's even an full appraisals. And here's the key. Pre-approval gets you shopping. Final approval gets you the closing. If the appraisal comes in low, the bank doesn't care what you agreed to pay. They care what they think it's worth. Now, here is another thing most buyers completely overlook. Home insurance. Yes, you should be getting a quote during the same 5-day conditional period because insurance companies can flag risks too. The flood history, previous claims, sure backup issues. What if the basement has flooded time and time again before and claims have been put forward? And what if the area gets reclassified into a floodplain? What if your insurance doubles or you just can't get coverage? Does the home have a backwater valve, sump pump? These things matter. So while you are doing financing and inspection, add insurance to your checklist. If you can't insure your home, you probably shouldn't be buying it. Now, let's talk about the home inspection because this is where buyers get emotional. Every house will have issues. The question is not are there issues, it's how serious are they? Major structural issues, foundation movement, water intrusion, flooding. These are major red flags. You may want to simply walk away. But an older roof, not a deal killer. Furnace near the end of life, not a deal killer either. AC aging, of course not a deal killer. These are simply negotiation points. Mold in the attic, yes, it can be remediated. Electrical or plumbing issue, yeah, often fixable. Now let me say this, do not cheap out on home inspection. I mean, you just about to buy this $1 million house. At the end of the day, you get what you pay for, and you're trying to save a few $100s on the inspection. Doesn't make sense. Use a reputable insurance company. Look for added protection like a 90 to 120-day warranties. Consider thermal imaging. It can catch issues you won't see. A good inspection doesn't just find problems, it protects you from expensive surprises. An inspection is not a deal breaker, it's a negotiation tool. And then if you're buying a condo or a portal property, you're not just buying a home, you're buying into a corporation. Let me clarify something, because a lot of buyers get this wrong. Condo does not always mean those high-rise apartment buildings. A condominium or a condominium corporation is simply a form of ownership. It's not a type of building. You can have a condo townhouse, you can have stacked condo townhouse, and in some cases you can even have detached homes that are part of a condominium corporation. So what does that actually mean? It simply means you are not buying the home, you are also buying into a shared structure financially and legally. These are common elements, shared responsibilities, monthly fees, and that's why the status certificate matters. It shows you the health of that operation and the reserve fund status, any legal issues with the condo corp, any upcoming expenses. What about those special assessment? This needs to be reviewed carefully. Your lawyer will be involved early, reviewing these condo status certificate documents, flagging any risk to you. This is your legal protection before you go firm. Now, this is where deals get uncomfortable. You've done your inspection, financing is in process, and now issues come up. This is where buyers renegotiate either price adjustments, repairs, credits, and this is where a strong agent makes a difference for you. They will negotiate the best option. Now, once your conditions are waived, the deal becomes firm, and now you are fully committed. There is no backing out without serious consequences. Now you move into the closing preparation. Final mortgage approval, insurance finalized, utilities set up, and then you have your final walkthrough of the property before closing, which is extremely important. You are also getting ready to take ownership. On the closing date, the funds gets transferred, the title gets transferred, and you get the keys. And once you get the keys, that's a whole different phase, because I'm putting together another video, top 11 things you need to do immediately after closing. Things most homeowners forget. Most buyers spend months trying to find the right home, but this is the phase that protects your money. I've seen deals fall apart at every single one of these steps. If you're planning to buy in Oakville or Burlington, simply reach out to me. I'll walk you through this entire process before you even make an offer. I'm Realtor Roshan, and I will love to see you in the next video.